just wanted to share my poster collages for my data collection of females and male ads. Something that stood out to me right away was that most of the ads I was collecting were for white males. There was very little African American males or males of color in these ads. One of the first ads that stood out for me was for black male athletes. And there's a stigma that black males are great athletes. This right here is Dwayne Wade. He's a basketball player, and he's in an ad, Gatorade ad. Another thing that stood out to me was these two African American males, and this reminded me of Module 9, I believe, Race and Equality. And if you look at this ad, both of the African American males are kneeling down, and they almost have like this thug look to them. And the ad read unclassified, meaning, you know, African American males have no class, which is ridiculous that they would even write something like this on this ad, and they're promoting Reebok shoes. Another ad with African American males that stood out to me was this cologne ad. So this was for a Coach cologne, and the name of the cologne was Michael Jordan. First of all, this isn't Michael Jordan, and second of all, he's an African American male. I think they used him just because of the name of the cologne. Another ad with an African American male that stood out to me was this ad, and this ad was advertising an HIV drug. And I remember reading once that African American gay men are some of the highest to have HIV, if I'm correct. But this black male looks kind of feminine, so I think they were just in a way making him seem like he was a gay male. So that stood out to me. Another thing that was big on the male ads that I collected was that masculinity. I know that was a big part of Module 7, gender inequality and masculinity. And I remember in Tough Geese, Kat's talking about how males are portrayed as being very masculine. And if you look at all these ads, they have this like strong stare, this strong look. Most white males have this rugged look, like it's okay to be male and strong and rugged because that makes you look tough. A lot of these ads are like, this one is promoting polo clothing, yet he has no clothes on, which just seems kind of funny because he doesn't have any clothes on, but he's promoting polo clothing. Another ad that I thought was interesting was this one right here, and it's this male holding a trophy, but the ad was for a watch, which was in the other arm that wasn't even really in the ad. It was just kind of there, but it was promoting watches. Another ad that stood out to me too while I was collecting this data was this one of the male just looking straight at you, almost like if you're like, you know, looking through a magazine and you're looking at this ad. He's looking straight at you. He's looks masculine. He looks strong. He has this female like in a grip, like holding her like a grip. It's not sensual. It's more like sexualized, like he owns her. There was this other ad where this was a couple, and this was promoting, I think it was also a cologne, and the way he's holding her, she's like on top of him with her legs spread open, and it's just more, you know, sexuality were and male domination. Yeah, this was what, yeah, I noticed. Another ad that did stand out a lot was this one. This was an ad promoting a faucet. Yeah, there's this guy that looks like kind of like James Bond with holding a glass of maybe whiskey or a tough hard liquor, but he's promoting a faucet. The ad was for a faucet, which is kind of funny. So then again, males, most of them Caucasian, tough looking, rugged. Most of the ads promoted just that male masculinity and sex. For the females, on the other hand, things that I noticed right away were that everything for women's ads were kind of to like prevent a flaw, or just saying that women were flawed. Some of the ads that I collected were about weight right away, about losing weight. Like this one right here says the struggle is real. If you look at this female, she looks thin as it is, yet she's trying to squeeze on these jeans, and she already looks like she's a size 2. This ad was for some Advocare replacement meals. There's another ad right here, and this was for Senadrin. And this female says she lost 28 pounds in 17 weeks. She wasn't even big to begin with or overweight, yet they make it seem like 28 pounds is a lot. It doesn't look like she lost 28 pounds, but that is a lot of weight. And once again, just making it seem like there's something wrong with, you know, being a little thicker. This one right here, burn fat in the fast lane. First of all, this girl doesn't look fat. She looks, if anything, like an athlete. And they're talking about burning fat, and again making it seem like this female is overweight. And like, you know, if you're burning fat, you're doing a good thing. You know, you're being healthy if you're, you know, losing weight, because that's the ultimate goal, right? Of American females, to be skinny. Another ad that I found interesting was, or ads that I found interesting when it came to females, was how either women of color or African American females were portrayed. If you look at this ad is about a concealer, and her concealer is way lighter than her skin tone. And I don't know much about makeup, but when I'm looking for makeup, I'm looking for a concealer that matches my skin tone. And this one is way lighter, which it doesn't make sense because it's just her skin is a lot darker. This right here, this female, it reads, when did natural become so tame? I remember Kilborn talking about how African American women are always put like in this desert safari, you know, African background. And if you look at this ad, it talks about taming, like if she was an animal. This other ad is this African American female, and she's like dressed in a cactus costume, and this was promoting a detergent. But then again, it's an African American female. This reminded me when we did race and equality, which I believe again was module 9 that we did race and equality. This is another one, an African American female that says, "Show us all hair is professional." I don't know what they're trying to insinuate, or if it's, you know, just saying like her hair isn't professional enough, or, you know, that your hair needs to be tamed down, or it needs to be brought down when it's professional. I just don't understand. That ad was kind of weird. And this one right here, this is another African American female, and it says powder makeup that's going places. Again, gender for sure inequality, because it's an African American female. They're promoting makeup powder, but yet all her body is in the ad with a very tight dress, low cut, high cut around the leg, all the way by her, like up high in her thigh. Another thing that it says is like, wherever you go, go flawless. So basically saying that she has floss, and that if you wear this powder makeup, it's going to make you flawless. This was another ad that was a lot about sexuality too. When I dare to go nude, I rock it like no other. Her hair is tilted back, almost like she's getting ready or being seductive and getting ready to maybe perform a sexual act. That's another thing that I noticed a lot about the female ads, that their mouth was always halfway open, or that they always had like their finger in their mouth or something, or maybe like a lipstick or something in their mouth, but the mouths were always open. You know, like almost like, you know, they were emphasizing on the mouth, putting something in the mouth. Right here she has a strawberry, the tip of a strawberry. See, another thing that I noticed that stood out to me a lot was that a lot of the ads were about anti-aging and wrinkles. Like this one says Revitalift, and it's showing her applying this, serum syringe on her skin. This is Nicole Kidman, 1 week to make wrinkles look so last week. Almost advertising or making it seem like it's not okay for us females to age. Yet when we look over at the men, like it's a good thing, or it's an okay thing for men to age. It's sexy, but for women, it's not okay. It's a flaw that we need to fix. This is another ad that I noticed. This is a Latina, Camila Mendez, and her hair. One thing about Latinas is a lot of us have like wavy hair, and it gets frizzy a lot. So, it says weekends. I know that the ad was saying like, don't have weekends, don't have bad weekends. So it shows her after with like her hair blow dried and no frizz. So these are the main things that I noticed. Of course, a lot of sexuality. Here's another ad about jeans, talking about the rib cage, emphasizing being thin, and the crotch area, which is sexuality. Just a lot of just race inequality, a lot of gender inequality, a lot of sexuality and masculinity. So all things that we've studied about in the past modules. It's very sad to me when I look at these ads, because I'm raising daughters, and it's hard when I tell them at home that, their physical doesn't matter, that what really matters is who they are on the inside, their beauty, how they treat people, and what they have, their traits that they could offer the world. Yet they look into a magazine, it's the total opposite of what we're teaching them at home. So it's really hard. There's like no escaping this. And even for me, I felt like when I was looking through these ads, even though I thought my self-esteem was pretty good after looking at like the anti-aging creams and things like that, I kind of remember that I was 20 years old when I started putting anti-wrinkle cream on. And that's ridiculous, because a 20-year-old doesn't have any wrinkles. They shouldn't be putting, wrinkle cream on. But I did. I admit it. I did, because just our culture has promoted or has made us feel like as women it's not okay for us to age. And for hair, I'm always straightening my hair with the flat iron. For teeth, like our teeth could never be white enough. Yet I'm a dental assistant, and I know that if you bleach your teeth too much, it adds a lot of sensitivity. I'm almost done, but this one last ad I did want to bring up. If you look at this ad, it's talking about hair, but if you cover the hair part and then you cover the E where it says main, it says, we dare you find the man of your dreams. Yet this is a hair ad. Yeah, but if we have good hair, I guess it's the same. We'll find the man of our dreams, which is totally not true. Anyways, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for taking a look at this video. I'm sorry it's really long, but these are just things that were important and that stood out to me while I was collecting these ads for data. Thank you so much. Have a great day.